Welcome back to the channel. I trust that you're doing well. It's been a while since I last posted a video here. A lot has been going on, but that I'll surely explain in yet another video. So today we want to talk about ways in which Ugandans can afford to buy land. The most popular ways how Ugandans are able to get cash and buy land. You know, land is one of those things that we are all passionate about. We all want to acquire land for business, for homes, for all sorts of things, even investment. There are people that buy land because they want to resell it for profit over time. So today I want to talk about how do Ugandans afford land. Now, there are three major ways in which Ugandans are able to afford land. So, number one, loans. That is the most popular way. Majority of Ugandans go to the bank and get a loan. Now, it's their current job that is used as security so that they can get that loan. Or if they have a business and probably they have property or buildings, now that is what is used as collateral so that they can be able to access money to buy land. Number two is through savings. People that have saved money over a period of time, those as well are able to use those particular savings to buy land. However, we know it isn't very easy to save money until it gets to that amount for you to afford that piece of land that you want to buy. Number three is still a segment under loans. A couple of Ugandans actually do acquire land quite quickly through loans. Now, these loans are through Saccos. Now, through these saving corporations, it's actually much easier to acquire land through them because you're able to borrow up to 4 times the amount that you have saved. And then you do not get all the difficult conversations that you'll have with a bank. Sometimes banks can have a very huge deduction of the amount of money that they've disbursed to your account. And then when it comes to demanding for that monthly installment, in the event that it delays to come through, you really have a very tough conversation. So Saccos are one of those things that have really helped Ugandans to acquire land with greatest of ease. So consider getting into a Sacco. Now, getting back to savings, we know savings are not very easy. So this is what I'm thinking, that instead of saving money, say, when you save money alone, it's kind of difficult for you to be consistent about it. Secondly, along the way, you might lose track and probably you get the money that you've been saving away, maybe in a box or somewhere that you think is really safe, or even on your mobile money account, thinking that this is my means of saving. But then your access to that amount of money would really be very easy because you can easily break your small bank, or you can even simply get that money out of the account. If it's digital money on your mobile money, you can simply withdraw it anytime. So you'd rather save this money through the bank if that's your kind of thing, or you could actually save through Saccos. I'm really passionate about Saccos. Reason being that they are very convenient. You can adjust the amount of money that you're saving through your Sacco each and every month. You could rather whichever period of time that you choose. So for instance, you could start at 100,000. Most of the Saccos that I know, why I'm talking about Saccos is that I'm a member of 2 Saccos at this point in time. So I'm a member in a Sacco that I used to be in at my previous workplace, and even at my current workplace, I'm a member of a Sacco. So I can as well adjust the amounts of money that I'm putting in the Saccos without any back and forth conversations with maybe somebody that would make the entire conversation difficult for me. So it's dependent on how much I'm able to contribute. Yeah, but still, going back to the amount of money that you're saving, you need to have this goal at the back of your mind. If you're only saving 100,000, it's probably going to take you much longer to get enough money that you can use as collateral to have the multiplier number significant. For instance, if you're saving maybe 100,000 per month, in 4 months that will be 400,000. But for instance, if you're saving say 500,000 each month, in 4 months that will be 2 million. So meaning in some Saccos you can borrow 4 times that amount. So just to give you a whole picture, it's better for you to sacrifice quite a huge lump sum of money, which is automatically deducted off your salary. That is, if at your workplace you have the Sacco scheme. There's so many Saccos. NSSF has one, Airtel Uganda has one, even the army themselves have one. Wazalendo, that is one of the popular ones. So I know Watoto has a Sacco as well. I think it's called YSAFE. So with these Saccos, in my own opinion, I have a feeling it's much more easier for you to save your money. Now, when it gets to purchasing land, now there are Saccos whereby the whole land conversation is held at the administrative level, whereby they can go and speak to a realtor or a property company, and then they buy a huge chunk of land. Now, obviously, the conversations with the Sacco members happen prior to this transaction happening. So they let them know that they will buy land, huge chunks of land, and then they'll chop this through into several plots of land, and whereby they'll list them to all Sacco members. Whoever would want to get a loan and buy a piece of land, they'll go ahead with that decision. So they'll actually get the money that you have saved, and they'll use part of that or even all of it, if you feel comfortable with that, so that they can pay for that piece of land. Now you'll continue making your contributions to the Sacco. Why I say Sacco is because even when you're making your contributions in the Sacco, remember, some Saccos are really nice that your money, while you're saving your money is not simply sitting down. Your money is actually being reinvested in other assets or in other instruments like bonds and treasury bills and other instruments out there. So your money is actually making for you some money. So that is why I'm talking about Saccos. Now, I'm not being sponsored by any Sacco in particular, but I'm talking about Saccos. Reason being that I've seen how smooth these organizations or associations are in the different communities that I've lived. So consider enrolling for a Sacco. Maybe another thing would be if you do not have a Sacco, if you don't have a Sacco association at your workplace, I think you need to consult other very, very successful Saccos on how this is being done, because we all know how tight the economy is lately, and we need to, each amount of money that we get is really, really important. So we want to utilize our money very, very effectively. You could still utilize your money in the bank, but sometimes a conversation with the bank, at least the banks that I've dealt with, either they are overwhelmed by so many customers, or some of us are too small for us to engage with them, or they haven't given us enough audience. We could even say that we don't have enough information around the different facilities that these banks have. So with a Sacco, it's very open. You simply walk through to the Sacco administrator at your workplace, and then they'll be able to break down for you exactly what is happening in their space. So it comes off as very natural, because these are individuals that you always meet at the workplace. So you don't have to schedule a day to walk into a bank. You don't have to block time aside to get onto that phone call and speak to somebody at the other end, because usually some of these conversations, they need a face-to-face approach. So if you're going to have something around money and you're talking about it over the phone or just via the email or on a social media platform, certain things don't really hit home. So you'd rather have this conversation with somebody that is within your vicinity or your workspace. So I'm really for the Saccos. I'm really, really hard on the Saccos. So think about Saccos. They would make certain things very easy. Some Saccos are extremely so big that they've actually bought out all the employees that they had with loans in the banks. So they've been able to pay up those loans for those respective employees. Now the employees are right in there. They're now repaying their Sacco, and they do not have the fear that these phone calls will come through and stress them, because most of the banks really, because they have these people behind the desk who are supposed to close up on collections, sometimes they come off as very rough, very intimidating. So but when you're at work, remember, as soon as your salary has been prepared by payroll from human resource, obviously the Sacco installment is chopped off. nice and clear. So, but still, you see, you would still need to find other ways of making more money, or passive income, if I could call it that, outside your salary, because now you're aware that your salary, part of it is committed to a loan. So you need to find other ways on how you're going to look for money, how you're going to make money. So the earlier you have that conversation with friends that inspire you, the better. So please, if it's the kind of content that you like, continue. You could share this content with your friends, and please give it a thumbs up. It will push this content to whoever that might like this kind of stuff. So getting back to the ways and how Ugandans really acquire land, I just want to make a recap. Number one, I said it is through savings, if you've saved your money aside. Number two is through loans. You walk to the bank, and what you have to use this time is going to be either your property that you have, or you have to get a salary loan. Number three, it's going to be through an institution called a Sacco. Now, like I've explained earlier, please go read through Sacco and what it's entailed in their constitution, and see how you can onboard. It's usually very easy. They will send you a form at the workplace via email. You fill it in, simply return the same form, scan it, should have your signature obviously, and your picture, scan it, and then send it over, and that's it. So, and one other thing that I really like about Saccos is in the event that you're leaving your current workplace, maybe for another one. Now, a Sacco is usually that association that gives you reason to go back and visit the members that you left at your previous workplace, especially if it's the place that you liked. So there are always AGMs, annual general meetings, and we know what it entails. There's a lot of fun besides getting updates of how loans have performed and the interest that you've been able to get. Interestingly, there are certain Saccos that can give up to 16.5 interest on the amount of money that you had saved. So imagine, that is quite something. So I don't think there's any bank that would give you 16.5 or even 15% and above on the savings that you have per annum. So many people have really asked the question of how long will it take me to acquire land? Now, really, you have to be intentional about it. If you are intentional and you're saving a significant amount of money, then obviously at one point you'll be able to purchase the land or the property of your dreams. So think about it. If you need any more advice on this, if you want me to make another video, especially around Saccos, please put it in the comments section, and I'll surely look into it. I'll do research and come back with more information about it. If you haven't liked this video, please like the video, give it a thumbs up. It pushes the algorithm so that the channel is supported and it grows much faster that way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.